Welcome to Talk Footy Podcast, the podcast where life is reflected through intimate conversation with me, your host, Nikki F. White. Welcome back to another episode of Talk Footy Podcast. Today is Thursday, April 18th, 2019, and we are back for another episode this week. We have two special guests in the studio today. In fact, we have two. This is my first guest inside Talk Footy Studios. So let me go ahead. I'll toss it to, we have Jake.
Hello, my name is Jake Martin. I'm 23 years old. I play for Vegas Black, and my life is being lifted up by the Lord on the daily basis. And I just want to give a quick shout out to my sister, Michelle Martin, and her best friend, Scarlett, and their podcast, S&M Podcast.
Definitely. And we also have in the studio.
Hello, this is Damien. I'm 23, playing for Vegas Black, having fun, loving it out there on the field, out there doing our thing.
All right, we got some 23. Oh, wow. We got some young bucks in the studio today. And again, shout out to Vegas Black. You guys want to know my age? 24. Say that in the mic, please.
24.
No, I'm not 24, but thank you very much. You could add about 10 more years on that.
I would not have guessed that.
Thank you. And so let me go ahead and start off by, of course, saying shout out to Vegas Black. The, what is that? That's an 8-man. Yes. 8-man football. Semi-pro football. You know, I saw that, and that's different.
About new upcoming teams such as Lake Havasu, Southern California. So it looks like the league is growing, and we're going to have more teams and more traveling opportunities.
And then also, okay, so have you been on the team from the beginning, Jake?
I joined about, I'd say, a week before our first season opener, so I missed the preseason.
Okay. And then for you, Damien, you've been with the team since week 2.
Yes. I was there week 1 on the sideline, definitely helped support the team and everything, and I was definitely suited up and on the field for week 2.
Okay. All right. And then also I want to commend you guys for being a part, because I know Tay's vision for the team and starting, being here from the forefront with the team being in its infancy. You guys are just playing right now, and you're playing to support Tay, and then also for your guys' selves. So considering that there's no monetary advantages or benefits for you guys right now, what is something that is keeping you guys on the team and supporting? Like, what's your why for this team?
Man, so my why for the team is going out there, having fun. You build that great relationship with a bunch of people you most likely never had a chance, to get to know growing up. This is going on, meeting new people. Like my guy here, Jake, didn't know him before the team. I, sitting here playing a line with him now. Love this guy. Football... football builds that great bond, and the thing that keeps me going is the fact that, there is true success in playing the game. You really have to get in there and put in the grind and actually make it happen, and I got family at home that, if I can do something with my life with this, is definitely, something I'm going to be helping support once I have that chance.
And then what about you, Jake?
For me, right now, my number one priority is to glorify God in everything I do. So I feel like playing football is a gift from God, and I feel like that's what God has called me to do. So the fact that I'm able to play football for Vegas Black brings redemption, brings so much good qualities that I can contribute to the Lord. And there's much potential to work your way up as well. There's arena football teams, there's community colleges. So my goal is to just keep playing and having fun and stay safe, honor my mother and my father, and see what happens. Allow the Lord to continue to lift me up. But I do know it starts with being consistent and giving a good effort.
That's
Putting God
amazing.
first.
That's really great. And with the team right now, you guys will have to correct me if I'm wrong on any of the stats. You guys are in 5th place right now.
We actually moved to 4th with this
Okay.
previous win that we just had over Las Vegas Black. I mean, they went out there and they balled out. They made sure that we fought to the end for that. It was not an easy win.
We were also in 4th place before this, I believe, because we beat the Vipers the first time we played them, and the Vipers have yet to get a win yet in the win column. They're a great team and they have great structure, but they have yet to see the win column, and we did beat them last time we played.
Okay. And then what position do you guys play?
Me and Jake both, we play defensive end on the line, and then Jake also will be playing O-line as well.
Damien actually I think he got some good offensive line play last game as well. We've been limited on players, and Damien is the first one to step up and put his body on the line. So I give props to Damien.
Oh, wow. That's a tiny body.
Yeah, no, it's definitely different being the smallest one on the line. You know, I'm only 5'10". Jake and Josh standing right next to me, they tower over me, no problem. But that's me out there using my small speed to my advantage instead of the power on these guys.
That's true. And so with the team overall, where do you guys plan on finishing, or how do you continue to be motivated to kind of like finish the season strong?
So we have that big push due to the loss of one of our players early in the season. That right there, you know, is a great push for us. You know, we're pushing for the player that can't be here. You know, that's our guy. He was the heart of our line. He was definitely someone that we looked up to on the team. And, you know, we're out there pushing to make sure, making him proud while he's watching over us while we play these games. And just keep on that grind.
Definitely. Yeah, that definitely was a tragedy. So my condolences to the family and to you guys as a team.
Yeah, I believe as a team, our goal is to win the championship. And we're just going to take it one game at a time and keep doing what we're doing. We have God blessing our team with new players and great athletes. So we're growing and we're becoming a bigger roster. And I think there's all the potential there if we continue to work hard and practice and do what we're supposed to do.
And I know, speaking with you earlier, Damien, the team is about 9-10 months in development right now, or having been formed. And you said you guys are starting to mesh more as a unit, as a team, as a family.
Yes, we are. You know, us being such a young team, you know, it was a little rough right at the beginning of the season, make sure everybody was on the same page, making sure we had everybody. But now that we're getting down the line, everybody is starting to click on that same page. The team is definitely coming together well. We're starting to develop, get these plays in. Everyone's starting to understand each other in the field and get that rhythm going. It's definitely coming together, and it's starting to show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then do you guys do like what's the atmosphere as far as in the locker room?
I'd say the atmosphere is calm, collective. There's a lot of improvement that needs to be done, a lot more focus. But, you know, it just starts with structure. We do need a lot of improvement as a team, but we have a lot of great players and we have a lot of good people on the team. So we are all friendly together and everyone's very positive and very hard-hitting and just hard hitters. And, yeah, we definitely have work on all aspects of the team, but I'd say we're in a great place, and we're just going to keep going up from here.
And then to speak on like personal development, how do you prepare for a game? How do you kind of keep your head into the whole Vegas Black?
Yeah, that's always everyone's key is make sure your head stays in the game. I'm constantly like to talk to coach, see what we can do, see what improvements, see if we can get a hold of film, anything that we can, sit there and talk to each other, just so that, that idea of the football stays alive in your head as much as it possibly can. Preparing for the games, it's, keeping your head there to listen to the right kind of music, because a lot of people like to listen to their music before the games and keep it going. They need people talking positive and encouraging them before the games.
Definitely.
We don't need people getting put down by somebody just because somebody thinks they're making a joke, because then that joke sticks in that player's head for the game.
True.
So going out there, it drives me being able to go out there and give that positive mindset to the team out there on that sideline right before that game starts, to make sure everybody keeps their head in the game and just do our thing.
I'd say for me, to prepare for the game and keep my head in the game is stay focused on positive things mentally, and also eating a really good diet can help as well. Hydrating before the game and all throughout the week, it's very important to hydrate, and just staying focused on God and good things, and that will is a good recipe for a good game.
Okay, and so Jake, you have more of the religious factor.
Yes.
In your preparation. What types of things or do you listen to as far as like music or anything like that, Damien?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely like to listen to like a lot of calming music, right, like on my way to the game. And then as I'm getting there and ready in game mode, I'm definitely listening to music that's going to be getting my heart rate going and then get my mindset to be pushing people around on the field.
You don't listen to your own album?
What do you mean? That's all I listen to. My album goes from calm to like gonna get you party crazy.
Okay, and then let's see here. Let's see. So you guys did mention earlier about the player that was lost. I only have it was number 52.
Correct.
Okay. And how did that impact the team, like when it first struck?
When that tragedy first struck, it definitely hit the whole team right in the heart. It took a heavy factor. You can definitely tell that it did affect quite a bit of the players, the way they played. Losing someone like that on the team took a big toll. It did take a couple of weeks to get a few of the players get their heads back to where they were, and start using that emotion that they were holding in during that grieving time, and put that emotion on the field.
And then, and so with Vegas Black being kind of like a community outreach, so to speak. Well, since it's the beginning stages, and it's more so a camaraderie of everyone coming together and just supporting each other. What's a little bit of your guys' background, and where do you see this platform taking you?
My background is I moved to Las Vegas right after I turned 20, 3 days after I turned 20, and I started off homeless, and I was lifted up. I got a nice job. I met Tay, and I was playing on the Las Vegas Cobras, and I got the opportunity to see God's grace, and I was working in the NYFL, and I met some really good people from God who steered me in the direction to play community college and go back home to Costa Mesa, California. But it just never ended up happening. I wasn't focused. I didn't put it as my priority. And I'm just looking for another chance. And I feel like God's restoring my soul today and every day. And he's given me another chance to play football. And I'd be grateful if he was to lift me up to maybe play community football again, community college football. I'm just hoping he can show me how he can do that for me.
Okay, that's awesome.
And for me, I was born here, raised here. I've been battling every face of Vegas that it could possibly show. The ups and downs, losing my apartment twice, all that crazy stuff. Anything that you really think that could be happening in life is going to bring you down. It's happening. But being able to go out there and step on the field with these guys, and seeing that there is the chance for that move up, and the opportunity is really driving, and it's great. And I love being able to see it, and something like that, being able to help at home and things like that are really what keep things going, and it's great to have the team be stand behind you for during points like this in your life.
That's awesome. Tay was one of the first people that I met when I moved to Vegas, and kind of similar to you, Jake. I was homeless before I moved to Vegas. Kind of like, well, I won't say homeless. I kind of like lived out of my car just to save and prepare because I was going to make this move here. So it kind of speaks to a lot of the sacrifices you make to for self-improvement and kind of to see the vision of doing things that a lot of people won't do, so that you can have things that a lot of people won't have in the future.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And then let's see here. What else do you guys want to say about the team or about upcoming events or any projects or that you might have or want to promote?
Well, we're on a 2-win streak, and we're doing good. We're looking up. We're playing as a team. I feel like we, as a team, need to really encourage each other and be all about positivity. The last game we had was really unacceptable, all the talking and everything. I want to be able to bring family and people from the church and my teachers, and they want to bring their kids and watch us play, and I don't want to see any of that bad talk. So I think it starts with the refs. So, you know, if God's willing, we can get some good refs and we can have a nice disciplined game. But other than that, the team is doing great. I'm so grateful with the hope to have a new family and continue to play with these guys. So thanks to God. Glory to God.
That's awesome. So basically, you know, what's going to be upcoming for Damien?
I say upcoming for me, it's going to be keep moving up on this team. Doing what I can because, I mean, the team itself, I have noticed, like, us as a group need a lot of discipline. I mean, everyone knows what it's like to be on a team and do what we got to do, but the discipline is key, I think, for us as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something we definitely need to get a hold on to. Just like Jake was saying, you know, the abruptions we've had at these last couple games are unacceptable, you know, by players.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, players should know that the talk on the field that we hear
I was gonna say, like,
is what you're going to hear. It's football talk. There's no reason we're bringing anything extra in to a football argument. It's football, put it on the field, leave it on the field. That's where it's going to be. People are letting, you know, their emotions get too much of them. And I think if we can really work on the defense and only let the emotions get to the other team and not let them work us like we work them, I think we can definitely hit exactly what we need.
Do you guys have any, like, what do we call them? Usually at work we call them, like, team building exercises. But do you guys hang out as a team or?
Not generally as a whole team. A lot of the players constantly are going out, hanging out together. You know, with the different types of lives everybody in the team's living, it's hard for people's schedules to line up. We got a lot of players who work security at night, so they're sleep during the day when some players want to do stuff, and they're up all night because of their schedules. But no, definitely, the team definitely does go out, hang out, and you know, when the time is definitely available, players do get together and keep that relationship solid.
Okay, all right. Let's see here. Anything else you wanted to highlight about the game, or I know we did shout out your sister's podcast, Jake. You said S&M podcast.
S&M for Scarlett and Michelle. They both work at Marquee Nightclub. They're really beautiful girls, and they just started a podcast. They had their first podcast, and they did great. It's nonstop entertainment talking, and yeah, this is why I'm here, because I'm really happy about them, and also I get to talk about a great football team I'm on and be with good people. So,
and then also where can you find S&M podcast?
You can find S&M podcasts on. So the only thing I can think of is if you look up Michelle Brittany on Instagram, Michelle Brittany Brttany, a profile will show up, and then you can click on her. And then you can see on her bio, it will say S&M. So I think you all have to follow her, and then you can look at her podcast.
Okay, all right. Well, shout out to S&M Podcast.
Thank you.
And your sister is Michelle.
Michelle,
Okay. All right. Let's see here. That's pretty much a wrap for the podcast. Thank you guys for coming to Talk Flirty Studios.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. We enjoying ourselves. It's great. It's great to come out here and have the opportunity to be on the podcast and, have Vegas's Black voice heard.
Yes, definitely. No, but you guys did pop my cherry because this is the first people who have been inside Talk Flirty Studios. So thank you guys. For
It's normally most people's goals.
Right. Technically, 2 guys are on my sex bucket list, but that's something different. We did just have the Lord in here, so we'll move on from there. But Talk 40 Podcast, you can find. Oh, do you guys have Instagram pages? Do you have anything for the team or personal that you want to shout out?
If I'm going to shout out, it is the shout out to the team for everybody going out and putting out their grind, the people who are there consistently in practice, doing the work, making sure everybody's learning and keeping that discipline for, helping out coach, keeping players in line, because, coach himself can only do so much. So, it's a shout out to the players who are stepping up and helping coach keep everybody in line because, all the coaches always need that help by the players as well.
Okay. What about you, Jake?
I'm going to have to agree with Damien on this. I think the players held practice by themselves tonight, so big ups for them for taking control. And Damien's right. The players are doing great, and big ups to Tay as well for giving us all the opportunity to play ball and just being a great and loving coach. I truly feel like Tay has the gift of the love of God on his side, so I hope Tay just continues to keep doing what he's doing, and I know God's going to keep blessing him with that passion he has for football.
All right. Perfect. Okay. And Talk 40 Podcast, you can follow right here on Spreaker. Download the app. And you can also find Talk 40 Podcast on Facebook, on Instagram, and Twitter. The username is the same across all platforms. That's Talk Flirty Podcast. Talk Flirty is one word. And you can also stream Talk Flirty Podcast across many platforms. We are on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. We are also on iHeartRadio and Spotify. And I'm saying we as if I have a regular co-host, which I don't. But you can find my podcast. You can stream it anywhere. So again, thank you, Jake, and to Damien. I look forward to what's coming up next for Vegas Black. I'm definitely excited and glad I get to travel on this journey with you guys. And thank you all so much for supporting the team and for supporting Tay. Are you guys needing more people? Are you guys still?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Us right now, we are actually us as a team, we are the smallest team in the league when it comes to our roster. So, we're consistently looking for players.
Okay, so
to
then
definitely come in and step up and make their mark.
Then, if you are interested on the 8-man team, Vegas Black, you can email Tay at john3161984 at gmail.com. And you can also follow Vegas Black at _Vegas Black on IG.
Correct.
Okay, got it. And also on Facebook.
Yeah, you can also find us on Facebook as well. Go ahead, hit the follow. Post something just to get coach's attention if you need to, and then he'll definitely go ahead and send you his email. He does not do Facebook Messenger, so if you do end up finding coach on Facebook, you will not receive a message back from him. So definitely be on his page, see that email, and shoot the email to him. He's very responsive when it comes to his email, since it's one of his ways of even contacting quite a few of the players. So he's definitely consistently watching, and if you can get out there, we enjoy having you there.
Perfect. So definitely support as a fan, or if you know someone who is interested in being a part of a community team, definitely reach out. Again, that email is john3161984 at gmail.com. And until next time, thanks for tuning in to Talk 40 Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jake, you'd never have the microphone, Jake.
Thank you. Hello.
All
Okay.
right, Jake. Now you have the mic.
Thank
Jake.
you.
So, go ahead. Whatever you would like to speak.
Well, we were just talking about. I was hoping I wasn't offending anyone by all this talk about the Lord Jesus. So, if I offended you, I apologize. I just feel like God's important in my life, and I like to give Him glory.
Let me interrupt because to which I explained that you wouldn't have to apologize. People should be able to accept, you either accept someone for their religious background, their nationality, their opinions. People should have a thick enough skin, or not necessarily thick skin, but they should have the ability to understand what pertains to them and what doesn't. And you should be able to walk away from things that are not either what you believe in, or as opposed to being offended and wanting to force somebody to change.
Well, I definitely hope no one walked away from that.
I don't think so. There's probably nobody listening. But no, actually Talk Floyd podcast is doing pretty good. I know one of the things that I need to work on is consistency, so that's what I'm working on right now. And then you guys have been going pretty strong as far as like Vegas Black. Did you have anything that you wanted to add, Damien?
Yeah, it was just a little add-on. Like, people shouldn't be getting all antsy of, Jake sitting here talking his religion. It's Jake. That's Jake. That's part of Jake.
And you
Jake
know what?
loves expressing it, and it's great. Great that he's, it's a passion of his, and he is, I say he has 0% like of him that is afraid of just showing it, which is great.
And I was going to say, because you can't judge a person by, just looking at them or what's on the outside, because I would have never pegged you as that type of person.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because, whenever, I haven't been a Christian my whole life either, but whenever you start reading the Bible and then you pray to God and He answers those prayers, especially really big prayers, and, even Tay is involved with one of these prayers. When I once prayed, if God can give me a shot at the NFL, and He answered that the next day by sending a guy named Birdman in my life. And he offered me a job at the NYFL, and he just gave me the complete opportunity to really give myself a shot at the NFL. But it started with Tay's dad, when Tay's dad offered me to pray that prayer. So whenever I get to see God working in my life, it's really hard to say no to God. And I'd rather choose a path of wisdom and knowledge, because I feel like our time here on earth is just so small. So,
Yeah, I believe we
and heaven is
definitely
for
need.
eternity.
I definitely believe that we need some type of religious or spiritual guidance as far in our footsteps. So whether if it is Christianity or you have another religion that speaks to you, it all is a part of that moral compass, and it helps direct, where you're going to be going in the future, what visions you see,
Yeah,
what actions you take.
God's all about lifting us up. He wants us to be better versions of ourselves. God's the best, and He loves us for who we are. He says, "Come as you are," and He just wants to lift us up and show us a better life. Are you guys planning on going to church on Easter?
No.
Well, you do know that Easter was the resurrection of Jesus, right?
I've heard.
Yeah, And you may want to consider going to church. I actually have a church I've been going to, and you're welcome to come with me.
Shout out to church.
I've been going to Canyon Ridge Christian Church the last month, and I even got on the safety team. I start this Saturday, so
Okay.
They have many opportunities for anyone. It's a bigger church, and you
Where
can
are they
just go
located?
there. It's off Jones and Lone Mountain, so it's on the
The north,
northwest
okay.
area, and it's a really nice church. A lot of friendly people, and there's opportunity to volunteer or to get involved. I also joined a young men's Bible study that's going to start every Wednesday on around May 5th, I want to say. It may not be Cinco de Mayo, but it's around that time. And yeah, so God is good, and I recommend going to church on Easter and celebrating the resurrection of Jesus.
And what's the name of the church again?
Canyon Ridge Christian Church.
On Jones and
Lone Mountain. They have service at 9 a.m., which I'm attending at 9 a.m. My dad and my stepmom are coming too. I'd love to see you guys down there as well. And they also have service at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., which I'll be volunteering that time.
9, 11, and 1?
9, 11, and 1 Easter.
Is that just for Easter Sunday? Or
They
is
also
that-
have Saturday service as well. I'm not sure on the times, but I can get back to you on that if you're interested in that.
All right, perfect. And then what about you, Damien? Anything else you wanted to add? Nope.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure right now.
You don't want to spit a Christian rap?
All right.
Do you actually really rap?
No. That
Okay.
was just me joking around before we got here
I was
about
to say,
testing out the mics.
Let me drop a beat.
I got a lot of friends who do. It's just I can't catch the flow.
Okay, well, definitely thank you. I know we had to start a part 2. We had a brief intermission and then a part 2. So thank you guys for opening up and, speaking to your actual selves on the podcast. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap that up right now. And again, shout out to Vegas Black. Again, if you are interested on keeping up with the team, you can follow Vegas Black on Instagram. Again, that's _ Vegas Black, and also on Facebook, which is just Vegas Black. All right.